Goose.
What's up?
Hey everybody, this is Larry Treat and Bobby Guzman again with Delta Tactical Training Group. Today we want to talk about everyday carry, or EDC. It's kind of the buzzword these days with all this civil unrest and freaking pandemic and rioting and looting and the craziness that has ensued, and we're all dealing with it. And a lot of people are in different professions, and they do different things, and they need access to different types of tools, and we're pretty big on being prepared. Anytime you leave your house, you should be prepared. And everyday carry to me might mean something a little different to someone like Robert, who is in the law enforcement profession. For me, I just found myself recently up near where one of the burns is, and the smoke was horrific. I mean, the smoke's horrific right here. So EDC to me means that these days anyway, means that I need something to filter particulates. I need to have water. I need to have basic tools in the event. I need to use a screwdriver or first aid to treat a wound. And so I'm going to dig right into this. This is my kit. It may not be what a lot of operators or individuals may find to be acceptable in terms of physical appearance, because it's pretty overt. It looks tactical. And someone like Goose, who's in a suit in the city every day, he's probably going to carry, I mean, I'm sure your EDC looks radically different than this.
Yeah, it looks a little different, but I think one of the most important things to remember is that the basic medical stuff should be the same in terms of like the tourniquet. So it can, like you said, it can definitely vary depending on if you're out in the suburbs or you're up in the mountains versus the city. But one thing to definitely keep in mind is the basic medical stuff. So you shouldn't really get too carried away with all these different things. You definitely need to have a tourniquet, something to stop the bleeding, a knife, and a couple other things. But that should stay the same.
Right. I'm not going to be out of my truck for any length of time. I was helping someone with a trailer, and I kept the kit nearby, but I didn't have this on my back. I mean, I could have, but I didn't find it necessary because I wasn't going far. I mean, the truck was in eyesight the whole time. But I mean, basically, this is a Maxpedition bag. 45 round. Where'd that come from? Whoops. This is a Maxpedition bag. It's a single sling, so it goes cross shoulder. It's pretty cool. It's handy. I've had it for a lot of years. I've done a lot with it. Mainly EDC. I've taken it on a couple hunts and stuff. But
so what do you got in there?
Well, to start, you mentioned medical supplies. This is a little Blue Force Gear little med kit, so it's really easy to access. I'm not going to pull it apart, but it's got bandages. It's even got some flat duct tape in there, which comes in real handy for just about anything.
Very basic stuff.
Yeah, very basic stuff. But I mean, most importantly, if you look at this little orange tab there, that's where I keep a Cat 7 tourniquet. So
beautiful.
I can just rip that and go in the event I need to treat somebody.
Very, very important. You should always have a tourniquet with you.
Traumatic wounds, serious bleeds, you apply that tourniquet, and you'll save a life.
A lot of people think you only need to use a tourniquet if you get shot, but that's not the reality. The reality is if you get into a car accident and there's some issues with your limbs, right, or someone else's, slap that tourniquet on. Exactly.
And these windlass tourniquets they're lifesavers. They're mandatory. Everybody should carry one. You should carry one in your vehicle, even if you don't have any. Even if you're not carrying EDC, you should have this just as like part of your stuff in the glove box. I mean, it should be easy to access.
You can save a life.
And easy to pull out and treat someone with. So yeah, so basic stuff like that. I'm a type 2 diabetic, so I carry some, I always carry some of my medical kit that applies to diabetes. But the interior of this, I've always got some kind of snacks, low blood sugar, that sort of thing. And then when you open this up, I mean, bear with me. As much as I'd love to say that I remember where everything is, I may or may not. But you know, in case I'm out for a while, you know, your toiletries, mouthwash, toothpaste, toothbrush. These are just extra gloves, and this is for when we've been on the range for ear protection. Not mandatory, of course, but it's there anyway. Paracord is invaluable. I find so much to do with this paracord. So, you know, you name it, you can use it. You can use paracord. And then with the fires, this is where it gets sort of customizable. Well, these days maybe not. You know, maybe this should be mandatory equipment in everyone's everyday carry. But I carry a respirator, man. It's like, I mean, right now it's the air quality is horrific. And then goggles, just basic goggles, nothing fancy, but you know, they're available. So if I have to get out in this crap and I'm near a fire, I can slap that on, you know. So of course I always carry gloves and backup pair of eyeglasses, which for me, I'm an old man, so I got to have something in case I lose my primaries. You know, I can back up with these. These are just cheap readers, $10, $12, but they've come in handy more than once, trust me. And this is just my little admin kit. I've got pens, I've got a little backup charger, I've got notepads, you know. That's nothing fancy, but you know, you always need something to write on. So this is my med kit. I'm not gonna bore you guys with my issues, but I carry that wherever I go.
Well, like you mentioned that you were diabetic, but you know, it's important to have some type of you know, even like on a notebook, what type of blood you are, if you have any medical conditions, if you take any medications. That's always good to have on that kit, just like you're doing.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Then on the exterior, these pouches out here, I've got my flashlight. I carry this everywhere. I've got several in my car. I carry one in my pocket. I carry one by my nightstand, but everyday carry, you should throw a light in there. It doesn't have to be an expensive light, just something in case you need to light up the night, you know. A lot of people I see depend on their phones. Well, if your battery dies on your phone, you're screwed. So I always carry backup batteries. These are the little CR123 batteries. Surefire makes them. These are even more backup batteries in this little waterproof case. I always carry a trusty lighter. Some of these things may or may not apply, so I'll just leave that one alone. So let me put this back away. You know, you have to make your decisions on where you want to push it in terms of what may or may not be legal. So we recommend never carrying anything that can get you in trouble, that's illegal, against the law. So just be very careful what you decide that you're going to carry on you. It's a very personal decision. What else do we have here? That's pretty much it.
The good thing is that you can customize it however you see it fit, depending on the circumstances.
Yeah.
And it's easy to customize it.
Yeah, I don't want to forget my knife. I carry a little Gerber knife. I just clip it right in there. This bag is kind of unique in that it's got sort of a quasi-conceal carry little zip pouch that you really don't notice. And, you know, pistol and backup ammo. You know, if I'm going someplace where there's been looting or I'm concerned about my safety, I'm going to carry, man. You know, carry legally, but carry nonetheless. We are still in America, you know, and I'm a huge two-way proponent, as we all should be. And you're safe about it, you're discreet about it, and it's there in the event that, heaven forbid, that you need it. So that's pretty much.
In doubt, just you know, definitely follow the law and put it in the trunk of your vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going somewhere that may be illegal for you to have a pistol, just put it in the trunk. The trunk acts as a safe. So put it in the trunk. Make sure it's not easily accessible to you unless you need it. You know, unless you're in a situation where it has to be with you.
So coming from a law enforcement perspective, if I had that safely secured, say in my my work box in the back, that would be legal.
That's legal as long as the pistol is not easily accessible to you.
Right, and the ammo's separated, it's unloaded.
Separated. But the safest thing is just put it in the trunk. You know, people get confused and where should I put the firearm? If you're driving and transporting it somewhere, just keep it in the trunk, separated from the ammo. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. So to summarize this thing, everyday carry or EDC, it's in my opinion, it's a very personal, unique, customizable theory, and I think that it really doesn't matter so much as to how the bag looks. In some applications it might, but what matters more is what the bag contains.
Right.
And I mean, it could be in a freaking rolling suitcase, as long as you had all the essentials in there. You know, you just need to be able to deal with emergencies, basically, and stuff that you may encounter on an everyday basis. And I think I've pretty much got it covered. We certainly welcome any suggestions. You know, I'm sure I haven't covered everything, but I'm talking EDC, everyday carry. I'm not talking about bugging out. Bugging out, that's a whole nother segment. That's where we have to plan to be out for extended periods of time. That's going to be a whole different look. And so we can talk about that in another segment.
Yeah.
But that kind of covers it, man. That's everyday carry, or my version or our version of it.
I like it.
Yeah, so what we're going to do once we sign off with you folks is we're going to kick back and enjoy the rest of our Blue Scorpion coffee. And I may not have mentioned this in the beginning, but Bobby Guzman not only is a lead law enforcement firearms instructor for Delta Tactical Training Group, but he is also he's involved in law enforcement and in a large urban center, Bay Area, which shall remain undisclosed at this time. But he's also a coffee roaster. He's got his own business, Blue Scorpion Coffee, and this coffee is remarkable. I highly encourage you check out his Instagram and Facebook, and he'll deliver to your door if you're in the Bay Area. I mean, you sell it and ship it all over the world, right? I know you were telling me you just shipped some to Bogota, Colombia.
Yeah, sometimes we do that, but mostly in the U.S.
Okay, that was a special deal.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
But yeah, all over the U.S., right?
Right.
I mean, my people in Oregon they're as addicted as I am. So yeah, so thank you very much.
Things that we roast it fresh, so we don't keep anything on the shelves. Everything is special roasted for that individual. So that's keeps the coffee fresh. This one I roasted a couple days ago, and look at the flies.
Yeah,
a lot of flies today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's specialty coffee. It's delicious coffee. I'm definitely hooked, and I know you're hooked.
Yeah, unfortunately. So what we need to talk about is an instant Blue Scorpion coffee, so we can carry instant coffee in our EDC kit. I've got the water. Oh, I forgot about the water. I always carry water, folks. So yeah, so that's what we need to talk about. A little packet of instant stuff.
And the K-Pods also. And,
no doubt. Yes.
That's coming in the future.
I hope so. That's just I'm just throwing it out there. So quick updates before we sign out. Delta Tactical Training Group is experiencing an unprecedented level of training requests. Our classes are booking as quickly as we offer them. We haven't had a chance to update our website, so if you go to the website, you won't see certain classes that we've come online with recently just to attempt to accommodate all the requests. So we've got a lot of things going on right now. Please be patient with us. We're trying to take care of everyone that we can, and we will get to you. If you are interested in firearms training, I highly recommend that you get signed up, get on our waiting roster at a minimum. And you can do that by contacting our office. And the phone number there is 925-775-4777. Get on the waiting list. Occasionally people have to cancel reserved spots, and we can plug you in on a first come, first serve. Also, as I mentioned, we are we're opening up new classes, so my admin staff is working on that right now. So you will possibly not see that immediately updated on the website. So I would recommend that you stay in contact through the number that I just provided you, and just let people know what you're interested in, and we'll get you on the range as soon as possible. In the meantime, everyone stay safe. Stay out of this crap. We're going to go inside after this and train for the moment.